words, we find our worth in giving birth and stuff. We're lining our homes against winding roads, and we think the going is tough. We pick songs to sing, remind us of things that nobody cares about. And honestly, we're probably more suicidal than ever now. If you decide to live by what you think's wrong and what's right, believe me, you'll begin to wish you were sleeping. Your weeping will creep in your head and you'll cry.
Alright, so you should have just saw me remove the wheel. What we're going to do today is we're going to replace the sway bar links on this. I somehow managed to dislodge this one. It's not touching anything. I have aftermarket Hotchkiss sway bars. And yeah, I don't think it might be snapped. I don't think so. But either way, it's blown, it's leaking. We're going to replace both of them on either side and make them fit through there a lot better. Alright, so what you first need is one jack to hold up the car, because I'm too lazy to put it on jack stands, and another jack to hold up the wheel so we can get the link, the new one, a little bit closer to the sway bar itself to get a better fit. Then you're going to also need a ratchet, a breaker bar to break the studs on your wheels, some gloves if you want to keep your hands clean, you don't want to wash them every 5 minutes. Alright, so the first thing you got to do is, usually there's one bolt plugged in somewhere about right here that you got to undo. This one doesn't have it, for whatever reason, it vibrated off or whatever. So we got to take this one off down here. This is all you're replacing. It's just this little wiggly piece right here. So, take that bolt off. It's a 14 millimeter.
We wake up every morning and decide what we believe. We can take apart our very heart and the light will set us free.
Alright, look at that. 10 out of 10. Easy as pie. So one thing I want to point out about these things is they are directional in the sense of the left side is only for the left side and the right side is only for the right side. I don't know really how to show this, but you got to make sure that they're pointing in the same direction. This one's both pointing the same way that way, and up top is pointing the same way. If you look at this, held it the same way, the bottom two are facing apart from each other. It's a terrible representation of it, but just make sure you order one of each, because they don't come in a pair usually. Now I've forgotten which one goes which one's which. Let's see.
2 hours later.
Alright, so after a long process of trying to figure out which one it was, I figured it out, and so now we're gonna bolt it on down here first so that we can then adjust it to this sway bar. Alright, so after a long process of trying to figure out which one it was, I figured it out, and so now we're gonna bolt it on down here first so that we can then adjust it to this sway bar. Oh, get the fuck in the socket. It's a different size socket. Alright, so apparently the new ones I picked up are 15 millimeters. Am I a fucking dumbass or what? So, what we're gonna do now is I've got the jack set up right here. It's going to be on the control arm. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I'm going to try and maneuver it so that this sits flush. Not necessarily flush, but goes through.
Frustrating and so degrading. It's time we're wasting, as time will fly by and the sky will cry as light is fading. And he is waiting, oh, so patiently.
Alright. So I actually didn't need to adjust it. It kind of went in. So you can actually move the little flanges, which makes complete sense. And fit it on in there. I'm gonna make sure it's tight, obviously. Well, that's a problem. Add your trusty wrench into the set of things. Oh shit! It's a ratchet! Wrong way. So it's nice and snug. That shit won't be coming off anymore. Alright, so that's your sway bar link. That's the new one. So this one's actually a more expensive one. It's polyurethane. It's higher quality. It's like they're like $100 for one. But you could just get an OEM one. They're the same size. I couldn't find any extended ones to try and meet this, but this one worked just fine. I didn't even need to worry about it. Alright guys, so it really is that easy. It took just a handful of tools. I'd never done this before, and it's done. So if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, whatever you do, comment. Tell me what I could have done better. Alright, so I'm actually here doing the other one on the left side, and well, the bolt's stripped on the other side, so I've only got one last resort. I'm gonna cut it with the Sawzall.
While we repeat the same routine as we will please comfortability, and please think about why you can't sleep in the evening, and please don't be afraid of what your soul is really thinking. Your soul knows good and evil. Your soul knows both.
Alright, so it looks like now I'm left with this. So I guess I'll try grinding it. Try angle grinding it. I don't want this camera to get hit by the sparks. Alright guys, so it is later in the evening. I finally got it out. You can see that it is now grinded down here, although really it's not that much. I did ding into right here, and I'm kind of upset about that, but you know, ran into a real world problem. Had to unstrip this bolt because I guess from how it was sitting on there a little bit crooked. I mean, sometimes things just get stripped. Sometimes bolts just don't come off, and you gotta act, and that's just a real world example of having to do something like that. But now we get to throw that away and move on.